Breaking news, Nigerians. Finally, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo has given insight into why he ordered the traditional rulers in Oyo State to stand and then sit. Mr. Obasanjo is being widely criticized over the incident which occurred on Friday during the inauguration of two projects in Ise, Oyo State, where the former president was special guest of honor. In a short video circulated on the internet, Mr. Obasanjo is seen expressing displeasure at the seated monarch's failure to rise and greet the state governor, Seyi Makinde, describing their behavior as a sign of disrespect for the governor and his office. Speaking in Yoruba, Mr. Obasanjo then ordered the seated traditional leaders to rise and greet the state governor Makinde. The monarchs rose promptly and then sat as commanded. Several people have criticized Mr. Obasanjo for tongue-lashing the traditional rulers and ordering them to rise and describing his action as a desecration of Yoruba culture. The Olowo of Iwo, Abdulrahid Akimbe, sternly rebuked the former president for his controversial stand-up order directed at the monarchs. Oba Akimbe said respect should be earned and not demanded, pointing out that traditional rulers deserve respect from those they encounter. The Olowu described kingship as a divine institution that should be treated with utmost modesty, courtesy, and respect. He expressed disappointment in the monarchs who compelled with Mr. Obasanjo's directive. The Olowo then demanded a formal letter of apology from the former president, arguing that the Yoruba monarch should always be treated with respect. But when contacted on the matter on Saturday, Mr. Obasanjo told Premier Times he acted the way he did because the monarch displayed utter disrespect for Governor Makinde. I arrived the event venue with the governor, the former president said, from South Africa, where he was attending the burial of a politician who died on the 9th September at 95. As we arrived, every other person at the venue rose, but they, the monarchs, remained seated. I was surprised because I considered that a breach of protocol and disrespect for the governor. It later became the turn of the governor to speak. As he rose, every other person at the venue, including me, stood up as demanded by protocol and in respect for the governor and his office. Again, the Obas refused to rise. They all remained seated. I then asked people around whether that was the practice in Oyo State. I was told the Obas have always displayed disrespect for their governor. I wondered where they got that from and then decided to speak to them about it. As far as I am concerned, there is constitution and there is culture. By our constitution, the governor is the leader of a state. Everyone must respect him, no matter his or her status or age. He deserved respect, no matter how young he is, and protocols must be observed. That was why I spoke to them the way I did. I wanted them to realize that it is not part of Yoruba culture to disrespect authorities. Respect begets respect, and they must learn to deal with their governor with respect if they want to be respected in return. I respect traditional rulers, and even when I was president and I still today, I treat them with relevance. I prostrate, bow, and kneel before them as necessary. I respect our culture. But let us also know that there is constitution which puts a chairman as head of a local government, a governor as head of a state, and a president as head of our country. Whatsoever we do must be in respect for that arrangement. I am saying there is culture and there is constitution. One must not disturb the other. Okay, that is Obasanjo. He has, explained the reason why he asked the monarch, to sit and stand. According to him, the monarch disrespected the governor office by not standing for him. You understand? And he said that is very wrong. Constitution is constitution and culture is culture. They would have, stood. You understand? This is good answer when the president or governor visit the traditional ruler in his palace. He will do what the traditional demands, but outside the palace, the constitution is supreme. Bad traditional rulers, wrong people have occupied the traditional institutions. He would have been wisdom personified, as he said, if he made an apology instead of this clarification that has tendency of adding petrol to a burning fire. Shalom. Apology for doing the right thing, for lecturing those who need to be lectured. Now, wow. I think Baba Obasanjo did the right thing in a wrong way and very embarrassing way, which is not good. He would have asked to see them after the program and talk to them. Obas are not representing themselves. They are representing their towns and cities, and disrespecting them publicly like that is disrespecting all the sons and daughters of the town they represent as a head and a king. I think Baba Obasanjo can do better. Okay, guys, these are some reactions from Nigerians. So what's your take on this? Do you think Obasanjo did the right thing or not? Let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel.